Okay, today we are going to work on writing algebraic expressions or writing expressions. This slide right here, we're just going to do a couple of these, and this is part of what we practiced in class all together. But what you are going to do is you are going to write an expression for this problem. Okay, add 5 to z. Now we know with our properties of math that addition order does not matter. So how this expression could look, all we're going to do is write 5 plus z. You could also write that as z plus 5. These have the same meaning. That's it. Okay, now we're gonna skip this one. And we're going to go to number 4, and this one is a little bit tricky. And I want you to think about, we know order matters with subtraction. So here's what I like to do with this. I like to read this out loud, subtract 7 from z. And then if I am still really kind of frustrated with this, I don't know where to start, I like to pretend that z is the number 2, okay? So listen to this now. Subtract 7 from 2. Could I do that? Could I subtract 7 from 2? This is telling us that z has to be our first term. So this has to be z minus 7. We're taking away 7 from z, okay? Let's go to this one right here. Find 9 more than z. Okay, so more than, this gives me this clue word of what operation we're going to use is addition, and we are going to write 9 plus z, or z plus 9. We know that order could be flipped around too with addition. Now, you might also be writing these with multiplication. So I'm going to just write one right here. I'm going to type one in. Let's do the product of 8 and m. Okay, and we're going to write an expression to represent that. So the product tells me that this is going to be multiplication problem, and we are going to multiply those two terms, 8 and m. So if I write this as an expression, I am going to take my whole number and multiply it times my variable. Now here's where also using that multiplication symbol as a dot instead of a x that you are used to might come in handy. Now I'm going to write it with the x first. I just want you to see what this looks like. 8 times m. Okay, now to me this is a little bit confusing. We have a letter here, or x, our multiplication symbol, that looks like an x, and then an m. 8xm. So here's what I would prefer you to get used to doing. Write your multiplication symbol like this. 8 times m. Or, what would be even better, we know that when we have our variable right next to our whole number, it means they are multiplied together. So this would be my favorite choice for you. These all have the same meaning, but here's what I'd like you to get used to doing. 8m. And this represents the same thing as 8 times m, 8 times n, or the product of 8 and m. Okay? We can do the same thing with division.